topic today will be rapidly rewriting the tubing code inside primary cilia. And as my advisor has introduced for you yesterday, these two pictures are taken by SEM and TEM. And you can see primary cilia is an antenna-like projection protruding from cell membrane. Primary cilia consists of axoneme, while there are several receptors located on it. This receptor can transduce extracellular signal to intracellular signal to manipulate this important signaling pathway in human body. And if this primary cilia lost its function, human cannot see, cannot hear, and this kind of serious disease called ciliopathy. So microtubule primary cilia consists of microtubule doublet bundle called axoneme. And if we enlarge a single-legged microtubule, we can see microtubule consists of alpha tubule and beta tubule, while there are undergoing several post-translational modification, like polyglutamination, acetylation, deuterosination, and so on. And this post-translational modification has been found for several decades. But and we use this post-translational modification to observe cilia structure. But how they regulate cilia function and structure still remain largely unknown, because we lost a specific technique to manipulate it in living cells. So to overcome this long-standing challenge, our lab has developed a technique called CIDT system, chemical inducible dimerization trap. With this technique, it can allow us to translocate protein of interest onto axoneme. So we would like to translocate deglutaminase onto axoneme to deplete the polyglutamation side chain on it. So let me introduce CIDT system for you. In this system, there are three players: FRB, FKBP, and rapamycin. FRB and FKBP do not have any affinity in steady state, but after addition of rapamycin, FRB and FKBP will rapidly trap together to form a dimer. So we would like to put FRB on axoneme and deglutaminase fused with FKBP and free diffusing cytosol. And after addition of rapamycin, FKBP will be trapped to axoneme, while deglutaminase will be taken to axoneme 2 and deplete the polyglutamated side chain on axoneme. So after we found the axoneme targeting sequence, we next want to try if this system can really work. So we co-transfect CFP FRB axoneme and YFP FKBP into 5-HT6 and 30 cells. CFP is a blue fluorescence protein, YFP is yellow fluorescence protein, and 5-HT6 is cilia's marker. So as you can see in this cartoon image, before addition of rapamycin, YFP and FKBP are free diffusing cytosol. But after addition of rapamycin, YFP and FKBP has translocated into axoneme, like the cartoon image shows here. So if we enlarge the frame and see the video frame here, we can see after addition of rapamycin, YFP and FKBP has translocated into axoneme. So if we measure the intensity of YFP and FKBP in axoneme, we can see after addition of rapamycin, the intensity of YFP and FKBP in axoneme has rapidly increased. But this doesn't happen in control cells. So let me show you how fast it is. We can see after addition of rapamycin, YFP and FKBP has translocated into axoneme. Okay, so far we know that we can translocate our protein of interest onto axoneme. So next, we would like to try to translocate deglutaminase onto axoneme. So after several pre-tests, we would like to translocate CCP5. This is a major deglutaminase, and we use its catalytic domain filled with neo-FKBP and translocate onto axoneme to deplete the polyglutamation here. And At the same time, we will translocate neo-FKBP and CCP5 catalytic domain double mutant means enzyme F filled with FKBP onto exon to be a negative control. So next, we want to test the translocation of diglutamase. We co-transfect cellulium FRB exon targeting sequence and CCP5 catalytic domain neo-FKBP in cells, then immunostain by polyglutaminated tubulin. We can see before addition of rapamycin, CCP5 catalytic domain are free diffused in cytosol. But after addition of rapamycin, CCP5 catalytic domain has translocated into exon, while the level of polyglutaminated tubulin has decreased. But this doesn't happen in these two negative control cells. So if we measure the average, measure the length of polyglutaminated tubulin in these cells, we can see after addition of rapamycin, the CCP5 catalytic domain neo-FKBP is rapidly decreased, while doesn't happen in these two control cells. So we are curious about since it will diglutamase, will it affect the ciliary structure? So next, we do experiments on living cells. We co-transfect cellulium 3 FRB exon and CCP5 catalytic domain neo-FKBP in 5HT6 and cherry cells. And as you can see, after addition of rapamycin, CCP5 catalytic domain has translocated into exon. Let me show you the video. After addition of rapamycin, CCP5 catalytic domain has translocated into exon. So if we analyze every single cell's ciliary length, we can get this dashed line, and after average, we can get this red line. We can see after addition of rapamycin, the length of cilia doesn't have significant difference. So so far, we know that we can translocate protein on exon, and after we translocate diglutamase onto exon, it can rapidly deplete the polyglutaminated side chain on it. And we know that deglutamation will not affect ciliary structure. So next, we want to know since it won't affect ciliary structure, will it affect ciliary function? So as we know, exon provide a track for intravascular transport, while kinesin 2 is a major motor protein for going anterograde. Cytoplasmic diamine 2 is a major protein for going retrograde. And so we label yellow fluorescence protein on IFT88. IFT88 is a common cargo for intravascular transport. So as you can see, IFT88 is shuttling along exon. So we want to measure the speed of it. So we use chemograph to analyze it. Blue line means anterograde, and red line means retrograde. After we calculate the slope of it, we can get the speed of it. So we would like to co-transfect anterior FRB exon targeting sequence and CCP5 catalytic domain cellular free FKBP into neo-IFT88 cells. So we can see after addition of rapamycin, CCP5 catalytic domain has translocated into exon, and neo-IFT88 will tend to accumulate in base. So we calculate the speed of it and to use chemograph to calculate it. And the same, blue line means anterograde, red line means retrograde. We can see after addition of rapamycin, the anterograde movement has slowed down. So let's see the video. After addition of rapamycin, IFT88 tends to go retrograde and accumulate in base. So after we calculate the speed of it, after addition of rapamycin, we can see after addition of rapamycin, the anterograde move, the speed of anterograde has slowed down significantly, while retrograde movement doesn't have significant difference. And this doesn't happen in these two control cells too. So we suspect that maybe the motor protein for going anterograde lost its function, so that the cargo will accumulate in base. So as we know, kinesin 2 is the motor protein for going anterograde. So Next, we want to know maybe decontamination will affect the mobility of kinesin 2. So we label yellow fluorescence protein on KF3B. KF3B is a component of kinesin 2. We can see after addition of rapamycin, KF3B are accumulating base. So if we do a line scan profile of neo KF3B, we can see blue line means before addition of rapamycin. There are about 68% KF3B accumulating base. But after addition rapamycin for 30 minutes, this orange line, there are up to 80% KF3B accumulating base. So far we know that decontamination will slow down anterograde movement, but will not affect the movement of retrograde. And we know that decontamination will impair the motility of kinesin 2 motors. So next, we know that kinesin 2 is essential for an important signaling called hetra signal. So we would like to test decontamination will affect ciliary signaling or not. So Gli3 is one of the important readout for hetra signaling. When hetra signaling is off, Gli3 will freely diffuse in cytosol. But when hetra signaling is on activated by SAG treatment, Gli3 will accumulate on ciliary tip. So we add rapamycin and SAG together to test the intensity of Gli3 on ciliary tip. We can see after addition of rapamycin and SAG, the intensity of Gli3 on ciliary tip is significantly decreased. So we know that this is our working model. We know that polycontamination is not always needed to maintain ciliary structure, and polycontaminated tubing will upregulate kinesin 2 motors and upregulate the hetra signaling pathway. So finally, I want to thanks to all the members in YCL lab, especially my professor Lin Yujun. Okay, I would like to take questions. Thank you for your attention.